Good afternoon, you guys. We are here for I bought some oils. Now what? That's one of our first questions, I think, when we get started. How do I learn how to use these? That's the information we're going to cover today, and I'm so honored and grateful to serve you. If you don't know me personally, my name's Lauren. I am a silver leader in the Everyday Oilers. I've got a background as a nurse. I'm a mama of 3 kids. I've been using oils a little over 6 years. I cannot believe it's been that long, but I would never want to live a day without them now. So I posted in the event, if you have supplies, meaning your oils, a diffuser if you're anywhere near an outlet, some capsules if you've got veggie capsules, and a carrier oil. A carrier oil would be something like avocado or olive or liquid coconut oil. Feel free, if you're watching on the replay, pause right now, go grab those things, and then come back and press play. All right, good afternoon to those of you who are on Eastern time. First, I want to congratulate you on taking a step in your wellness by purchasing products with Young Living. I am super proud of you for making that investment in your health or your family's health, and you are not going to regret it. You are in a wonderful place. And I'm so glad that you prioritized the time to tune into this class today. My goal is to equip you guys to know where to find answers for questions you have and to know how to use the products that you're investing in. You are going to get so much value out of our time together. I've got a lot for you, and I'm thrilled. If you're here live and it sounds like a fire hose, don't stress. That's why we're recording it. You can come back and listen to the replay anytime that it serves you. Okay, so most of us, when we buy a product from Young Living, it's because we have a health or wellness goal in mind, some kind of goal in mind, a health-related issue that we might want to solve. And I and the other leaders in this organization are here to serve you because we want you to get the results that you desire. But here's something we all have to remember. Our brains are wired to keep us from doing new things. We have all these excuses inside our head all the time. It's too much money. It's too much time. It's too hard. I'm too tired. 6 years in, I still feel this when I'm trying to do new things. We just have to remember our brains are wired to keep us alive. And back in the caveman days, when they did new things, it would probably result in certain death. So our brain is just trying to keep us from what it thinks might be certain death. So it is totally normal. It's totally normal to feel feelings of hesitation or confusion or the unknown, or even feelings of resistance. All that is totally normal when you're trying something new. And so you're in good hands. If things feel overwhelming or scary, it's just because it's new, and that's totally okay. So if I can offer you something, those feelings are normal. And when it feels hard to, get that thing out of the box or turn the diffuser on or implement that supplement in your life, go back, rewind a little bit, and remind yourself, why did I order this? What did I want to accomplish? Because I bet you that having wins in that area of your health or your life are so worth what it takes to learn a new skill or build a new habit. And it's possible it actually might be a lot easier or a lot more fun than you think. I know for myself, sometimes I build things up in my head to be this big dramatic issue, and when I finally just rip the Band-Aid off and do it, it wasn't so bad. It's like my 6-year-old with her loose tooth or when she gets a splinter. Sometimes you just need to pull it out and you're good. Most of the time, I say all that, most of the time we are the biggest thing in the way of our transformation. So the good news is that we can also get out of the way of our own transformation. And that's what I'm here to help guide you guys to do today. So the best other part of that is we don't have to go at it alone. You guys are here. You found out about this class because we are in an incredible, supportive, and knowledgeable and encouraging community, the Everyday Oilers. We are filled to the brim with resources to help you. That's why I started my Young Living business. Our story is that our family found incredible immune system transformation from the Thieves products. I could not shut up about it and stop telling people. We were sick of being sick, and then we were not sick all the time anymore. And I wanted other people to know that. So my commitment to you guys today, I'm going to show you some of the tools and meaning apps and skills that are available to you that were included with your purchase, included as your participation in this community. So that's my commitment to you. I'm going to show you how to use them. But you also need to make a commitment to you. Make a commitment to yourself. Will you commit to using them, to getting them in your routine? Your products are not going to improve your health if you leave them on a shelf or leave them in a box. They will transform you when you use them. So grab a pen and a piece of paper if you're a note taker, or open the notes or reminders tab on your phone. There's no shame in needing to do things like set alarms to remember to take supplements. That's a trick I'm going to talk about later. If you haven't gathered your supplies yet, go ahead and do that now. We're getting started. Okay, so here's one of my biggest tips when it comes to implementing new products into your health. You can kind of have two mindsets when it comes to essential oils. Different people buy them for different reasons, right? But this is a mindset thing we got to think about when it comes to our health in general. You can either be reactive about your health, meaning when things pop up, you deal with them then, or you can be proactive. You can be caring for your body intentionally to try to avoid issues popping up. The sweet spot is when you combine both of those, because truthfully, oils can help you with both those things. You can use Young Living products proactively as a part of your routine, and you can use them reactively when you need them for specific problems. That's why I like to describe Young Living products as a toolbox. If you live somewhere, which is probably most of you, whether you're a homeowner or a renter, you probably have some sort of tool or toolbox, like literally building tools in your house, right? Some people just have a screwdriver, a tape measure, and a hammer. Some people have a whole shop. Some people just need to do maintenance. Some people are trying to complete a whole renovation, right? Some people are trying to build something new from the ground up. Regardless, right? If you're building something, you need good tools. So essential oils are a component of our family's healthy toolbox. And just like, physical tools help with things anywhere from a broken faucet to a complete renovation, essential oils can help you with your health maintenance. They can help you with the occasional quick fix, stuff like allergies, headaches, stuffy noses, sore muscles, and they can also help you if your health needs a complete overhaul. It's up to you what you get to use them for. A second bonus tip, if this is new to you, that I want you to know, the products that we use every day in, on, and around our bodies, stuff like toiletries, stuff like personal care products, stuff like our food, our supplements, none of them are neutral. Neutral does not exist. They are either going to be serving and helping our body, or they're going to be working against it. And that's why you'll find your other leaders and I are so passionate about the non-toxic products for our home and our body from Young Living. Things like our makeup line, things like our Thieves Home line. We are in love with them because Young Living is by far the place that gets me the best and safest products while saving me time and maximizing my money. If learning how to live toxin-free and read ingredient labels is important to you, at the end of this class, in the event, I'm going to share a link for you to download a free wellness starter guide that gives some cheat sheets. That's not the focus of this class, but we do have resources for you if learning how to read ingredient labels and ditch toxins is your priority. But mostly for now, just remember the things that you put on, in, and around your body. Are we working against our goals, or are we working for them and helping them? Okay, so let's talk about how do we use essential oils. If you don't know what essential oils are just super concentrated plant matter. They are comparable to the function of blood in the human body. Like in our body, our blood helps regenerate our tissues. It helps fight infections. It helps heal us. Essential oils in a living plant do basically the same thing. But you can extract that out of a bunch of plant matter, bottle it, and it will have amazing healing properties for us. Now, in one sense, there are like millions of ways that you can use essential oils, but in another sense, there's really, all of those are going to fall under three umbrella terms. And that's going to be aromatically, meaning through the air, topically, meaning on your skin, and internally, meaning you're ingesting them. But to make those terms even simpler, I like to call it in, on, and around your body. We talked about using things like regularly and proactive, right? So if you think about your diet and you're looking to put healthy food in your body, you're going to want to be getting multiple servings multiple times a day of fruits and veggies and herbs through your diet, right? Fruits, veggies, and herbs are plants, and so are essential oils. They're just super concentrated. So if you want to experience results when it comes to oils and you want to see your body thrive using them, get multiple servings multiple times a day in, on, and around your body. I promise you this takes less time than you might be thinking that it does to implement. We're going to start with around your body, inhaling oils, using them aromatically. So this can be as simple as literally taking this bottle of peppermint, taking the cap off, and inhaling it directly from the bottle. When I'm inhaling peppermint, I'm getting some of the benefits of maybe if I'm in the car and I'm feeling car sick, peppermint can help with that. If I'm studying or working and I need some extra help with focus, inhaling peppermint can help with that. If I've got allergy symptoms, which the Lord knows I do right now and they need to go away, inhaling peppermint can help with that. You can also put a drop out of the bottle in your hands, rub it together, and make what we like to call a scent tint. Peppermint's a pretty potent one. That's maybe not what I'd start with for a beginner, but it helps clear out my sinuses during allergy season. Now, technically, this is a combo of topical, because I put it in my hands, and aromatic. So I'm sort of getting a, serving of oils here 2 ways. One of my favorite ways to use oils aromatically or around my body is with a diffuser. This is my Desert Mist diffuser. Where I'm sitting to record this class is not near an outlet, so you will have to pretend with me, but I will show you how to use this. I love my diffuser because of the ambiance it provides and because it's an easy way to get oils around me in my environment. I turn it on and I go about my day. One of the best ways to get the benefits of oils around your body and then breathe them in is to have a diffuser by your bedside table and let it diffuse while you go to sleep. Who else wants to multitask while they're asleep? I do. So it's a great way to give, soothing and calming to your body or immune support or various other benefits depending on what it is in your diffuser. Okay, so how to use this. A diffuser uses water and ultrasonic vibrations to break up essential oil molecules and send them into the air via mist. This silver ring in here, this is our ultrasonic plate. On the bottom of this is a vent, and this is where the plug goes. So I like to plug my plug into the wall, and I like to take this part and fill it up with water, or I'll bring a glass of water and I'll just pour it in that way. Whatever's the most convenient for you. A lot of people ask, do I need to use a certain type of water? You don't have to. If you have easy access to filtered water, I like using filtered water for drinking, and so I also use it in my diffuser because I notice that when I have tap water in here, the inside of my diffuser gets kind of gunkier faster, and that's probably because of the minerals that are in my tap water. But if you don't have a water filter, it's way more important that you use your diffuser and oils than that you wait until you can buy a certain type of water. Use what you have and get it running. Another question people ask a lot, like, what's so special about Young Living diffusers? Does your diffuser have to be from Young Living? So I've been doing this 6 years, and some of my first diffusers I bought 6 years ago, I use them almost every day, and they still work great. So I can speak for the longevity of Young Living diffusers. And they also put out significantly more mist, which means you're going to smell and then benefit from that essential oil more than something that might have a cheaper motor or might not put out as much mist. I do have friends that have gotten diffusers like cheap on Amazon and they've molded, or the plastic is warped, or they haven't put out a bunch of mist. So I don't recommend them. But if you already have diffusers from somewhere else, use what you have. When it comes to oils, only Young Living. Young Living is the best of the best. They're the only company that I trust. But when it comes to diffusers, use what works for you. Now, when you're getting started with diffusing, people are always like, how many drops do I put in? Remember, oils are like plants that we eat. It's like food. I don't usually sit around and go, how many carrot sticks do I eat for lunch? Okay. But when you're starting something new, your body sometimes has to warm up to it. So for beginners who haven't used oils before, I typically suggest use 2 to 4 drops of essential oil and increase the number as desired, because you can always put more in if you want more, but it's a bummer to put more in going off the bat and then feeling overwhelmed or overpowered by it. So just start small. Pay attention to, there's a fill line. I hope you guys can kind of see it right here. There's a fill line on your diffuser. Some of them have like a little red mark, and some of them it's just a notch in the plastic, but just fill it to the fill line. If you fill it higher than that, it could spill. So this is the diffuser base, and this is what's called the inner cover. And if you guys see this groove, you want to line the groove and the notch up. So when you're on here, just spin it until it locks right in there. Because if it doesn't, if it's like this, you're going to get mist pouring down the sides onto your table. So you're going to want it sealed. Here's a little hack from me. When I travel, I just take this and the plug like this. This cover is decorative and it's beautiful, but it's like a thinner, more fragile plastic. This is more robust. So when I travel, I leave this at home and I just take this base and it works just fine. Okay, so that is the around our body. That is how to use your diffuser. So let's talk on your body, also known as topical use of oils on your body. Using oils topically can be as simple as what I did. Put a drop in your hands, rub it together. It could be putting a drop on your head. It could be putting it anywhere else on your body. When you're using oils topically, you may want to use what's called a carrier oil. And a carrier oil is a fatty oil that helps carry the essential oil molecules from in through your tissues, into your body. Other benefits of carrier oils. Some essential oils feel very hot or very cold, cooling to the skin. A carrier oil, this is avocado oil in like a pump bottle. Carrier oils help spread oil over a larger surface area. So for example, if you have really sore legs after a workout or a hike, you might want to be able to get it over a large surface area. So in an example like that, I would melt some coconut oil. I would put some Panaway or Peppermint in it, and then I would just use my hands like a lotion over that big surface area. But sometimes, if you've just got a headache or you've got a hangnail that's sore and you want to, treat that, a roller or right out of the bottle is going to be what you need. What carrier oils are good to use? My favorites are, this is my favorite. It's avocado oil. This is a huge Costco size bottle, and I buy this size because I get it from Costco, and it's also what I bake and do salad dressings and things like that with. However, as you can imagine, this would be kind of hard to fill a roller with. And so that's one of the reasons I have these. I got these pump bottles from Amazon, and I love them for easy back massage and easy roller filling, which I'm going to show you guys in just a minute. So avocado oil is my favorite. I also like coconut oil. I also like sweet almond oil. Young Living makes a carrier oil called V6, which is a mix of different oils. You can order that directly from them if you want to. Any of those are good. I would not recommend using canola oil or like sunflower oil. Those oils are pretty inflammatory, and I frankly wouldn't suggest eating them either, but I would avoid those. I would not use those as a carrier oil. How will you know if an oil is hot or cold to the skin without learning the hard way? Read the label. There's a lot of information on your little oil bottles. So when I turn this one over, under directions, this is peppermint. This says dilute 1 drop with 4 drops of V6 or olive oil. If your oil bottle says dilute 1 to 4, it might be cool or hot to your skin. Other oils, like this is copaiba right here, this is going to say apply 2 to 4 drops directly to desired area. Dilution not required except for the most sensitive skin. Copaiba, I literally will put right in my mouth or on my baby's gums. It does not hurt the skin at all. Peppermint, that can be pretty cool. I like to use a carrier oil. Another place to find out, if maybe the print on here is really small for you, you can go to the Young Living website product page and scroll down to safety information, and it will tell you if dilution is suggested. That product information page will also tell you if that oil, when used topically, could do something called photosensitivity, which means it could make your skin extra sensitive to the sun. Citrus oils like lemon, orange, grapefruit, tangerine, or blends that contain citruses can sometimes, when you put them on your skin, make you extra susceptible to sunburn. And the Young Living product information page will say that if it's a potential risk. I personally use these oils topically all the time and have never experienced a sun reaction, but I like to let people know it's possible so they're not surprised. I wouldn't put lemon all over my face as a toner and then go sunbathe, but I use Stress Away and Peace and Calming, and those are blends that have citruses. I use them behind my ears, under my neck all the time, and I have never personally gotten a sunburn that way. but just be aware. If you're, if you have really sensitive skin or you're concerned about that, just put them where you're not going to be directly in the sun. Okay, so let's make rollers. You can buy pre-made roll-ons of many kind directly from Young Living. I was looking to see if I had one in a bottle right next, or in my bag right next to me, but oh, I do. So Young Living's roll-ons look like this. This is called Deep Relief. This is one of my favorites for head and neck tension, and honestly, I'm going to put it on right now. So you can buy some rollers ready to go from Young Living. They're all in the 10 ml size, which is this length right here, and they're awesome. But there are plenty of oils that don't come in a roll-on, or maybe you want to make your own perfume blend, or maybe you want something readily diluted. That's why it's great to know how to make a roller. So let's do it. Let's see, what do I have here? I'm going to make a lavender and peppermint roller, because that lavender and peppermint together is a combo that I like to use on my sinuses and my face during allergy season. And it's also helpful for bug bites later in the summer. It's very soothing and cooling to the skin. So watch that peppermint. Don't get it too close to your eyes. It can burn. But I am experienced and kind of know what my body can tolerate. So these are rollers that I got on Amazon. And at the end of this class, I have links popped up that can serve you. They're going to be in the Facebook event that direct you to where I am using most of these supplies. So like I said, I like to put my carrier oil from that huge thing into this pump bottle. I will just squeeze some of it in there. That's about halfway full. And then how many drops, right? This is, again, like everybody is a little bit different, but I usually start in a 10 ml roller, which is the size. I usually start with 10 to 20 drops of essential oil. If you're brand new to oils, go err on the side of 10. If you're not, maybe on the side of 20. I'm going to put probably like 6 or 7 drops of peppermint in here, and then same with lavender. To be honest, I cannot talk and count. I have tried so many times and I can't talk and count, so I'm just guessing, and that's okay. And then I'm also going to show you guys how to make rollers out of your empty oil bottles. So I just put some peppermint in here. Here's some lavender. I realized I forgot to get my labels out, so I will have to label this after this class is over. But you basically separate it into pieces. Now I'm going to put this little roller ball in. And some rollers you buy online come with like a little tool, but I usually just use my hands. And I'm going to put this down on my table, and I'm going to push down like this. Now, when you do that, hold on tight around the sides, because if you don't, it can tip over. And that has happened to me more than once. But I am just going to pop it on. And here you go. Invert it a couple times to mix it, and it's ready. Another thing I really like doing is I like saving my empty oil bottles and making them into rollers. And you might be like, how do you do that? So this is a bottle of Joy that is almost empty. Oop, I have one person waiting to get into the meeting. I'm going to let them in. So this is an empty bottle of Joy, and we're going to make this into a roller. So this is the drop reducer, and actually I'm going to show you guys this. Did you know when you're pouring oils into your diffuser or onto your skin or anything else, the oil does not come out of this big hole in the middle. This big hole in the middle is where air goes in to then push oil out. There's a tiny little pinhole around this rim. My camera on this computer is not going to be good enough, but if you look at your oil bottle, there's a tiny little pinhole around this rim. And that is where the oil comes out. So that means you can turn this. If you have that little pinhole on the bottom, it's going to drip out faster. If you have the pinhole on the top, it's going to drip slower because it has to come around the side. So that's a tip. Okay, so I am going to get this off. I can either pull this off with my fingernails, or I can use this cap and I can kind of like wedge it off. Now, what to do with these? You could throw them away. They'll make your trash can smell good. You can also bury them in Epsom salts, and the Epsom salts will soak up that residual oil, and they're great in the bath later. So this smells like Joy still, and I'm going to put a little bit of carrier oil in it. And then I'm going to put a few drops of Citrus Fresh, because I like Citrus Fresh together with Joy. It is very happy. And then I'm going to put on what's called an Aroma Glide Fitment. You get 2 of those in your premium starter kit, and you can also order them in packs of 10 from Young Living. They look like this. They're just little roller tops and lids, and you can put them right on your bottle of oil. There you go, it popped in. You can also set it on there and twist this cap on. Okay, so now I have a happy roller. Now I have a roller of Joy and Citrus Fresh. And one of the reasons I love keeping my leftover oil bottles for this is because it's a super affordable way to give things to other people so that they have the ability to try out oils for themselves. I think that's about it about rollers, you guys. That's the 2 ways to make rollers. You can also, people ask this a lot, can I just put a roller top straight on a bottle of oil without diluting it? You sure can. You listen to your body and do what it needs, and plenty of people do that all the time. Excuse me, I'm dropping stuff. Okay, so that's 2 out of those 3 ways to use oils. We talked around your body aromatically. We talked on your body topically. And so now we're going to talk internally. How do you use oils internally? How do you know what oils to use internally? So you might have noticed, and I'm looking to see if I have an example. Young Living has 2 different types of labels on there. Yeah, this is a good one. They have 2 different types of labels. This is a bottle of frankincense, but it is white and it says Vitality under here. So this is Frankincense Vitality. That means it's approved to be used as a dietary supplement. The oil inside here is regular frankincense. The oil inside is no different at all. It is the same. The FDA requires oil companies to designate the intended use of their product. So they're either going to be topical and aromatic, or they're going to be internal. They don't allow them to put all 3 uses on the same label. I think that's because most other oil companies do not make a quality safe enough to ingest. Frankly, if it's not safe enough to ingest, I don't want to use it on my skin either. So to be compliant with their regulations, Young Living created the Vitality line. So how do you know which oils are safe to ingest? I'm going to put a link to the post, but anything Young Living makes in Vitality can be ingested. So that means frankincense is an option. That also means all these, this fistful right here, lemon, copaiba, peppermint, lavender, these are all the regular label, but I can ingest them because they all exist in the Vitality line. So if you're not sure if you can ingest an oil or not, one of the ways you can find out is go to the Young Living website and see if it comes in Vitality. Okay, how do I get oils in my body? Sometimes it's literally this simple. This one's almost empty. Don't usually have to tap it on my tongue, but sometimes I just put it straight in my mouth. Frankincense can be helpful for that, for a headache. It can be helpful for that for stress. So can copaiba. Copaiba goes on my baby's gums for teething. If I have a really scratchy throat, sometimes I will put a drop of peppermint in there. That's potent. No, do at your own risk, but that's something that I do sometimes. So it can literally be dropping it in your mouth. Another way to use oils in your body is by putting them in a beverage. Now, if you're putting oils in your beverage, do not use plastic cups because our oils are potent, plastics are soft. Use stainless steel or a glass container. Another way that you can use essential oils internally is you can make what's called a capsule. This is a bottle of 250 clear vegetable capsules. You can get this from Young Living. I have a link to it that we'll post after this class. One of the things I have been doing very often this spring is making allergy capsules. I'm going to let you guys watch this. I do this multiple times a day for myself and my 8-year-old who used to take oils in a spoonful of honey for her allergies, but just learned in the last couple weeks how to swallow capsules, and she's very proud of herself and rejoicing that she never has to do honey and oils again. She's kind of dramatic that way. It's kind of funny. Okay, you'll notice I opened all my bottles first. That's because it's hard to do that one-handed. So now I'm going to put just a little bit of avocado oil in this capsule. You can see I kind of put it about that full. Now I'm going to put 2 drops of each of these. Now, if I was doing this publicly on social media, see I'm dropping lemon. If I was doing this publicly on social media, I would be using the Vitality labels. But I already explained to you guys that the oils in these bottles are the exact same as their Vitality counterparts. So I am doing lemon, lavender, copaiba, and peppermint because this is the combo that is very effective for helping me with my pollen allergy symptoms. I put all of those in there, and then I'm going to put this other little half, this capsule, back on. And I'm going to just swallow this with some water. Cheers. If you've got capsules with you, let me know what you tried, or let me know what you like to take internally. Oils are really nice in a cup of tea. I like to put a spoonful of honey in the bottom of a mug and then do 2 drops of lemon and 2 drops of thieves, mix it together, fill it up with hot water. That is thieves tea, and you will find me drinking that multiple times a week during the winter. I'm a huge fan of it. Here's the thing, you guys. There is no perfect way to use oils. Every time we learn them, every time we use them, we learn something new. We learn something more. And each time we use them, each serving adds up to a positive impact on our health. Like I said, our products will give you results when you use them. So don't wait for like the perfect time or till you know more. Just use them. Just start with what you're learning today. Okay, so that's the hands-on practical part of this. So the next thing we're going to do is I'm going to show you how to know like what oils to use for what needs. And I am not going to try to teach you 6 years of using oils in 1 hour because that would be impossible. But the best thing is you do not have to memorize everything. You just have to know where to look for it. I am going to share my screen now so that you guys can hopefully see what I am doing. And I'm going to go over here. Oh my goodness, this is funny. I can't see my tab that's right behind it. Sorry guys, I'm a professional, I swear. Like the thank you. Okay, the thing where it said Zoom and it's showing me that I'm sharing was like covering the exact thing that I needed to do. Okay, so this is the first thing you need to know. This is our community Facebook group. This is called the Everyday Oilers. If you've been around for a little while, you know we just recently rebranded and I'm so excited about it. You need to know how to use the search feature. Do you guys see this little magnifying glass right here? This is the search feature. And when you click on it, you can type anything you want to know in there. You can look up pets, sleep, Ningxia, coughing, kids, hormones, cleaners. I'm going to do, this is a question that we get all the time. Cats, can I diffuse my oils around my cats? If I search cats in there, all this information about using oils around your cats or your dogs is coming up. This is all the times that we've talked about this stuff. So you can click the date here to go to that direct post. You can click on the comments. Maybe you want to know, let's see, what might you want to know? Something about cleaner. And this is, you know, look this way, you can see photos. You can look, oh, that's Thieves Cleaner. This is somebody asking about cleaning their recliner and what to use. So this is how you use the search function, you guys. You can literally search anything you want. This is just taking us back to the group. To find the search on mobile, let's see. To find the search function on mobile, you can go, this is my Facebook app. You see there's a little magnifying glass up there. So I could search Everyday Oilers there, but once I'm in the Everyday Oilers, I'm just going to use this magnifying glass on the top. You know, if I wanted to find something about cats or whatever, I could just type it right there. So that's how you use the search function. That is so important to you because all of us have our own busy lives, right? And we have a wealth of information in there to serve you. So make sure you know how to use the search function. Okay, next favorite. We have got some awesome apps and reference guides, and I'm going to show those to you next. So my favorite reference app, I'm going to try to show you on my phone. It is called the Reference Guide for Essential Oils. It looks like this. I have a link that's going to post up to it when this class is over in the Facebook event. I like this because you can look things up by oil to see what it does. You can also look things up by need. So let's say I had a stomach ache, and let's see I typed in, there's a little search right here. I'm going to type in nausea. And there is literally a topic, nausea, right there. So I'm going to click on it. And it's going to take me to this, kind of like an encyclopedia. It's going to show me a bunch of different oils that are good for nausea, ways I can use them topically, aromatically, and internally. You guys can find anything in here from athlete's foot to warts to different emotions. You can find anything. And so I pull this up, nausea, also motion sickness, also pregnancy. There's related topics I can click on. This is what I want right here. This is the key. This is what oils are helpful for that. And I don't know if you guys can see this. So you can see like it says ginger and it says IAT. That stands for internal, aromatic, topical. That means if you're nauseated, you could use ginger oil any of those three ways. Aromatically, topically, or internally. If you're trying to remember, oh, what did she say? What does that mean? This little question mark up here. The question mark is the key. It explains to you what I just showed you. The oils that are green are their primary recommendations, meaning their number one choices. The oils that are blue are other options. This app is so helpful. It's about $7. It's worth every penny. I get nothing for recommending it to you except the joy of knowing that you have a helpful tool. But it is gold. Another place that is fantastic, and I'm going to screen share for this one, is the website. Oh, hang on. I have someone trying to come in. Is the website oil-testimonials.com. I'm sharing again here. Let's see. So oils-testimonials.com. You have to make a free account to search this group, but it is fantastic. So I have a free account and I logged in before this. So I'm going to go over here to search. And oops, sorry guys, I've got messages going off. So I'm going to go, you can do basic, advanced, directory. If I wanted to search, oh, it logged me out. Let's try again. My apologies. I'm logging back in here. And it usually has a pop-up for like all kinds of different educational information. And I can go in here and search, and let's just search nausea and see what comes up. But this tells you, like you saw that, it said like nausea, nauseated from chemo. Hey, if you're unmuted, will you mute yourself? Emily, Emily, I think that might be you, and I'm on screen share, so I can't do it. But okay, so you might be like, oh, there's nothing there. There is, there's loads. Just scroll down. I searched nausea, and this says 1 through 20 testimonies out of 212. I can show you how many times they've been viewed. There are so many different things you guys can see. This is a bajillion personal testimonies. So that is what I love. I love, love, love that website for. That was oil-testimonials.com. Okay, I'm going to show you guys a couple other resources, and then we're going to talk some tricks for saving time and money. If you are a science lover, follow me on Instagram at @lhuntress. I have a post that's going to put my link there too, because I share a bunch of the sciencey stuff, and in one of my highlights, I show you how to search on educational, like scientific research engines. I have a link to that. I'm not going to go through that in this class, but if that's something that's important to you, if you want to find studies on oils, I have a link in my highlights that shows you how to do that. Okay, I'm screen sharing again. There's a couple things I want to show you guys. So we have access as part of our organization to a couple amazing groups. One of them is Vibrant Essentials Classroom, also known as Raise Your Vibe. And this is a group that has a ton of past classes, and it is a fantastic resource. There's a class that everyone's in here the second Tuesday of every month. You can attend yourself. You can invite friends and family who don't already have their own Young Living account, and it has a ton of past classes for your learning and reference. Go to the featured section and scroll over, and where it says start here, I always click on the date. That takes me to the exact post. It's got all of these classes: a mama baby, a skin class, CBD, raindrop collection, all kinds of stuff, Ningxia Red. And if you click on those, it will go to a table of contents for each of those. So that website, or that group, I mean, is an awesome resource. Another one I want to show you is the Oily Family Vault. And this is a group in which you would use the search function right here. And you could search literally anything you want. There are loads of unfiltered testimonies and educational information there. You can read the about right here that tells you all about how to use that group. The last thing I want to show you guys resource-wise is the Lifesteps app. I am logged into it on here. At the end of this class, this is business information you can upgrade to. But if you are a customer, there's tons for you too. You can click right here on this new members section. And I believe like discover your loving young lifestyle. How does young living help with wellness? There is so introduction to young living, clearing out toxic chemicals. You just click on view resource. This is a wealth of information that is amazing for you. And I'm going to show you on the app, on the Lifesteps app. Hopefully I'm going to try. When you're logged into it on the app, if you click this little person on the top, it gives you the opportunity to take a personalized wellness assessment. So it's like, remember those quizzes you used to take when you'd read magazines as a kid? It's like that, but better and more helpful. So you can go through that and it will ask you a series of questions and then recommend some educational information and products that can help push you along towards your health goals. It's a great resource. So that is the Lifesteps app. Okay, tips and tricks for implementing your oils and products into your life. First things first, store your stuff where you see it regularly. That is why I have this shelf of oils right here. And I don't know if you guys can see, I have my Aria diffuser over there too, behind this chair. This is like my dining room connected to my kitchen. This is where I spend probably like 85% of my day. And so I store this stuff there because it helps me remember to use it. Just like I also store some oils in a diffuser on my bedside table. When things are out of sight, they are out of mind. Just ask me. That's how I forgot to renew my license plates. The notice was buried in a pile of paper. Don't be like me. Put your things out where you're going to use them. We keep some of our supplements on our counter in the kitchen most of the time. Is it messy? Sure. But we remember to use it. It's also why we have shot glasses to drink our Ningxia Red. We keep a bottle of Ningxia Red in the fridge. We keep shot glasses in there. During busy seasons of my life, I literally just keep packets of Ningxia Red in my car because, are you guys like me? I always think of all the things I have to do like while I'm driving or about to fall asleep. But if they're there, then you can do it right then, which is great. At a stoplight, of course. So my first tip for getting this stuff into your life, put it where you're going to use it. Second tip, tie a new habit into an existing habit or an existing part of your routine. So for example, there was a supplement that I was trying to remember to take at night. And I wear, these are blue light blockers, but I wear contact lenses. So I always take my contacts out before I go to bed. So I started storing that supplement right next to my contact case because that would jog my memory and help me remember to take it. If you're trying to incorporate something into your life, maybe you want to get thieves into your life more often and you're a coffee drinker. You can put a drop of thieves into your coffee grounds. Isn't that crazy? Yes. So, maybe it's store your Ningxia glass next to your wallet and keys so you remember to do it before it goes out or before you leave the house for the day. Whatever works for you, just start using stuff. And if all else fails, set an alarm. I have done this over and over for so many things. I'm a mama of 3. I run a business. I've got a lot going on. I set alarms for things I don't want to forget, whether it's taking my trash out or drinking my Ningxia that day. One of the most convenient ways, I said this earlier, to get oils around you aromatically is to diffuse them while you're asleep. So I love having oils in a diffuser on my bedside table. Next tip that's kind of related to that, and I learned this one the hard way. Don't be a Scrooge. Just don't be a Scrooge. And what I mean by that is when I got my first box of oils, my premium starter kit, I was like, oh my gosh, these are so precious. I only want to have 1 bottle of lavender open at a time or 1 bottle of thieves open at a time. And you know what? That did not serve me. It was a pain. because inevitably I would leave the bottle of lavender in my kids' room, close the door to put them to bed, and then want to diffuse it in my room at bedtime, but I wasn't going to go back in there and wake up my kids. So I finally learned it served my family best when I had stuff spread out over my house where I used it. So for thieves cleaner, that means I've got a spray bottle in my kitchen and each bathroom. For oils like thieves and lavender that we diffuse at bedtime, I've got bottles in my kids' rooms, and I've got a bottle in my room, and I've got bottles down here. That's also why I like having multiple diffusers. You know, when I first got started, I would carry my diffuser around the house and plug it in somewhere, and then, and then I'd be laying in bed and be like, oh, the diffuser's downstairs. Do you think I got up to go get it? What's your guess? No, because I was a lazy human. But did I sleep as well? No. So to make it easier on myself, I just got a diffuser for my bedroom and my main living area. And it served my health huge, and it was absolutely worth the investment. So investing in multiples of diffusers and oils, and that's also why I like to save my empty bottles for rollers, right? Like this little bag of rollers goes with me in my purse everywhere I go. Those of us that spend a lot of time in our car, it's helpful sometimes to have a car diffuser. And if you have got a kiddo who throws tantrums or gets car sick, you need a car diffuser. Okay, a quick like another time-saving tip. Like I said, I'm telling you, have your stuff everywhere for real. Having lots of rollers on hand is easy application. So things, yes, Jennifer's saying she sets alarms for weekends because your routine changes. That's so wise. We know that we feel better when we're getting thieves in, on, and around our body multiple times a day. We know we get sick less when that happens. So we've got thieves rollers by every bedside table, in my go bag, in the car, so that if we forget to do one in the house before the kids go to school, we can do it in the car on the way. We've got one in the kitchen. So, if I hear my kiddo with a runny nose or a cough or a sniffle, I'm like, hey, come here. And I just roll them from my roller that's in the kitchen. It is so much more helpful and convenient to use your things when they are ready to go. So making lots of rollers is hugely helpful. Okay, our last topic we're going to talk about. How can you save money while investing in your products from Young Living? That's probably what everyone's wanted to know, right? So some things when you buy them from Young Living instead of somewhere else, you're just plain saving money. These I'm knocking stuff over. These allergy capsules that you guys saw me make, that is so much less expensive than the over-the-counter or prescription allergy stuff I used to take. This is way more cost-effective. Essential oils also, if you have the lid on tightly, oils do not expire, which is great because I used to buy allergy medicine, and then by the time the next spring rolled around, it would be expired and I would have to throw it away. Not so with oils, which is awesome. So that's just one example. But if you have, chronic stuff like headaches or hormone issues, like those are just two other areas of wellness where your Young Living products may save you a ton of money compared to the prescriptions that you might be on. And this is not me being like, jump off all your prescriptions. Do your research, know your body, make changes gradually, talk to a qualified, healthcare provider that you are a patient of if that's needed. But just know, things like headaches, maybe you can stop buying a bunch of ibuprofen and you can just use your Peppermint or your Stress Away here and there. I also save money on high quality, non-toxic, plant-based products for my house. Thieves Cleaner, for example, is by far cheaper than traditional cleaners on the shelf, and it works so much better and is so much safer. My laundry soap, I get the Thieves laundry soap. I dilute it in half. It lasts so long and it works so well and I love it, and it's dye-free and it's artificial fragrance-free. Another way you can save money from Young Living, if this is up your alley, is you can make DIY products. There are tons of people that like to make things like their own body lotions, their own lip balms, bath soaps. I do a couple of those things. I dilute my laundry and dish soap. I make my own bath salts. If you want to make your own laundry soap or lip balm or deodorant, you can. Personally, Young Living makes those products, so I am like, I need time more than I need to save pennies, so I buy stuff. But it's up to you, and if you want DIY recipes, we've got tons of them in our member group, on Pinterest, in some other Facebook groups, and the Young Living blog. Young Living has a couple blogs that have some of that information. So another strategy for saving money with your Young Living products is to utilize our subscription feature, which is called Loyalty Rewards. Our loyalty rewards program does not cost you anything extra. It gives you a ton of perks. It's kind of like those rewards programs at maybe your favorite restaurant or discounts on your gas and groceries, but this is way better. When you go to product pages on the website, you'll see you can add to cart or you can add to subscription. When you have a monthly subscription, you are going to, of at least 50 PV, you are going to get 10 to 25% back on that in store credit, depending on how long you've been loyally ordering. I get 25% back on each body lotion, makeup. I would be buying that stuff anywhere or somewhere anyway. I would have been buying that at Target or Meijer, but the ingredients wouldn't be so good. And so I'm so grateful that I get to get those from Young Living and earn store credit back. When you order at least 100 PV or more, you are qualifying for a free gift as well, which is another wonderful perk. So I pretty much always do that. And the monthly gifts with purchase change every month, but we always have information about that in the Everyday Oilers, and I have a link to the monthly promos at the end of this class. I love subscription because I am totally in control of it. I get to pick what goes into it. I get to pick what day it processes. I don't have to drive around to multiple stores. I don't have to spend a bunch of time Googling ingredients while holding my kids into a grocery cart. Each month I log into my But the way that I like to utilize my subscription is the Process Now feature, because so typically, sorry guys, I had this plugged in before, but it kicked me out. So I like to use Process Now, and that means that I have my date technically set for towards the end of the month, but I almost always go in the first couple weeks, or the month, and then just wait for it to auto process. Things can go out of stock, so that's another reason that I really like Process Now. Everyone's eligible for one subscription order a month, so it is much more economical for you to make one large order a month than multiple different ones. Like, it is not economical for me to make one order for toothpaste and one for my Ningxia and one for my Thieves and one for my laundry soap. It's better to have a running list on my phone, which I do. And as I'm, going out throughout my day, if we're almost out of cough drops or we're almost out of deodorant, I add it to my list. And then when I'm sitting down at my computer, I'll put the things in for my subscription that month and make that one large order, earn points back on it, earn free gifts on it, and it shows up to my door. And I say, thank you, Jesus. If you are new to utilizing subscription and you need to be walked through the details, I'm going to share my screen one more time for you guys to see this. You need to know about the Learn feature. So when you're logged in on the Young Living website, hover over Learn, and you can go down to Subscribe to Save or Loyalty Rewards. Loyalty Rewards is what you want. This, when you scroll down here, it's going to tell you everything you need to know about earning points back, about using your store credit, about the gifts. It's got a great FAQ section. That Learn section is extremely helpful. It is important for me to point out to you guys that shopping with Young Living does not have to be extra. It does not have to be a luxury item in your budget. This is budget transferring. Like I said, I would be buying dish soap, laundry soap, all that stuff somewhere anyway. I would be buying that at Target if it wasn't getting it from Young Living. So it does not have to be a luxury or an extra. Sometimes you just have to move things to a different area of your budget. Because we are either paying to be healthy or we're going to pay later to be sick. Nobody is spending no money on their body and their healthcare. That's just not reality. So we can use our dollars proactively or reactively. Like before we got started with Young Living, we were buying allergy meds. We were spending a bunch of money on copays. We were missing work time because we were sick. We were buying over-the-counter meds. We were still buying cleaners. So we decided that if we wanted to feel better and if we wanted to lower our risk of stuff like cancer and hormone problems and respiratory problems and memory problems later on in life, you know, when we're 50, 60, 70, if we don't want to be experiencing those things, we need to do something now in our 30s or 40s. But don't be discouraged. Regardless of how old you are, it is never too late to start and make a change. So choose to invest some of your budget in feeling well, and it is going to pay off in the long run. I cannot put a price on being sick less or sleeping better or my skin clearing up. It is totally worth the investment. I am so thankful. The second way, so subscription is one of the big ways you can save money on Young Living products. The second way to get money into your pocket when it comes to Young Living, consider sharing your referral link with other people, telling them about the transformation you've experienced, and help them do the same thing. Young Living is a network marketing company, and that basically means that instead of having a huge advertising budget for billboards and radio commercials and magazine ads and internet pop-ups, I didn't want to put Ningxia in my budget. I just didn't. I was like, well, I could also get paid for this. And I am insanely grateful. I used to work, 12-hour night shifts at the hospital as a nurse away from my family, and partnering with Young Living and utilizing my referral link and teaching classes like this one has been a huge blessing to our family. Is it work? Is it a job? Yes, but it is so fulfilling and I love it. You can upgrade your account to brand partner status, which means you would be eligible to earn commissions on any customer you refer for the lifetime of your shopping with Young Living. You do not have to build a business like I am with Young Living to be paid. All you have to do is have a brand partner account instead of a customer account, and then you get to decide, do you want to do something regular and intentional? Great, we've got resources for that. Do you just want to share with your mom and your cousin? Great, do that. Do you just want to share when things are on sale? Do that. The choice is yours. There are options available to support you with any of those. If you're curious about more about the Young Living business, one of the things I'm going to be posting in the Facebook event is a link to a class on taking a peek at being a brand partner. It's about 45 minutes long. It'll tell you all you need to know about the resources that are available to brand partners. So I'm so glad you guys spent this time with me. We are wrapping up. I hope you're walking away with some ideas of how to implement your products into your life to get the most of the investment you've already made with your time and money. If you remember one thing from this class, this is what it is. Use your products. Use them. There's a family doctor in our organization. Her name is Dr. Edie Wadsworth. And you remember how I told you guys I was like kind of a Scrooge when I got started? She's the person that I heard the multiple servings, multiple times a day thing from. She said, just like if you're trying to improve your wellness with your diet, you're not going to eat one apple a week and be like, yeah, I expect to be at the pinnacle of health. You're going to get multiple servings of fruits and vegetables multiple times a day. Your oils are the same. In, on, around your body, multiple servings, multiple times a day. So this is my challenge for you guys, or, your homework. If you've got a piece of paper or wherever you're taking notes, write in, on, and around, and write down some ideas of how you can get your multiple servings multiple times a day in, on, and around your body. And then leave that note somewhere that you can see it. For me, my daily in is almost always my Ningxia Red and some of my supplements. I drink what I like to call a Ningxia Sunrise. It's Ningxia and water and sulfurzyme powder and the golden turmeric. I drink that almost every day. Some people will do capsules. Some people will do vitality oils in their water or a combo. My daily on, always thieves, always. And also lots of usually things like to support my emotions, like stress away or valor, deep relief for sore muscles. Usually it's rollers that I'm getting stuff on me. And then around, We fill our diffusers in the morning. We fill them at bedtime. Every day. See how you feel. Share it with us in our group. We want to know. And then think about what type of products you need in next month's subscription box, whether it's a household product you're running out of, or whether you take that wellness assessment in Lifesteps and it suggests some things, whichever. The last thing I have for you guys is there is a link that you can go to in the event where you can put your email address in and get a free wellness guide download. It is a list of ingredients to avoid in products. It is a list of some of the Young Living alternatives, and then there is, it tells you how to use oils topically, aromatically, and internally, and gives a list of some ideas for your diffuser and some ideas for roller recipes. I think that's just about it. I am going to stop this recording, and then if anyone who's here live has questions, I'm happy to take them. And I'm going to stop the recording for the sake of those who watched it on the replay. Thank you for joining me. I am so grateful to be able to serve you guys.